All right, I'll just repeat it one more time. So these are the bones you're going to add. They're pretty easy. You know what a condyle is. These are just three specific bones of the tarsals. Tarsals, metatarsals, kind of like carpals, metacarpals, and then the phalanx. And then, don't worry about this. This is the biggest one, intercondylar eminence. We'll talk about it tomorrow. And then these three are three we're going to add today. So again, the plan for this week, for the foreseeable future, is we're going to do the top part of the leg today, so patella on up. And then tomorrow, we're going to do the lower half, so the tibia, fibula, and foot. And then on Wednesday, we're going to review. So we're just going to go over all of it in preparation for your quiz on Thursday. Where? Navicular? Navicular, navicular.
Covered a lot of material.
I haven't done any yet.
Oh, you're all recording.
Yep.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Okay.
Everybody get them? Not yet? No. All right, I'll hang tight. I will also be having my clinical mentor from SDSU come in on Wednesday. So, just a heads up. There'll be somebody else here. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, well, on the review. Oh, that's fine. Get them wrong. That's totally fine. I don't care. As long as you're not behaving like fools, it'll be fine. I'm not worried about it. And I'm not worried about this class for that anyway.
So you're going to be here for 6th hour?
What? Oh, no, there's a reason she's coming in.
That's why we're taking it.
It's only this hour. No,
Oh, she won't be here for it.
she won't be here for chemistry, no.
She's just coming for 1 hour.
Just for anatomy, yep. Lucky you guys. Because I'm the best at anatomy. No. We good yet? All good? All right, cool. Okay, I'm going to do it a little differently, not kind of super differently, but just a little bit, where I put the pictures on a PowerPoint, and we'll just go through them, and then I'm debating if I'll just go through them at the same time on the actual bones themselves. So if we don't like it, I don't have to do it. Saves me time. But if it helps, then great, we'll do it. Oh. All right, bones of the leg. Where's my clicker? There it is. Yeah, so first we're just going to start off with, I don't have one half, but take out the sacrum and take off the other half. This is called the os coxa, what I'm holding. And it's a grouping of 3 bones. So it's like 1/2, 1/3 of the pelvis. So the 3 bones are the ilium, which is the top one, it's the largest one. The ischium, right here, which is what you sit on. Ischium is what you sit on, and then the pubis. So that's the bone that comes to the front that you can feel on yourself. I guess you can feel all of them, but that's the one in the front. Another thing to note, they all meet in the acetabulum, which is the spot where the head of the femur goes into. But other than that, it's just the three bones themselves. All right. We will talk about the iliac crest. So the name explains itself. It's the crest on the top of the ilium. So you can kind of feel it right here. It's your top of the hip. I don't know. It's not hard. It's this. So, oh, I hope all the Ken Hub ones don't have that. Oh, they do. That's gross. Whatever. And then we'll move on to the ischial tuberosity. So this is what you sit on. And like I said, the ischium is the bone you sit on. The ischial tuberosity is the actual structure that you sit on when you're sitting down. And it's this right here. That helps. Everybody see that? Cool. And another thing about it, a bunch of your muscles in the back of your leg attached to it. So it makes the structure quite pronounced. So it's enlarged, I guess you could call it. I'll hand these out when I'm done. Obturator foramen. So this is a hole right here. That's this hole right here. You guys know nerves of the appendages? No? Okay. Well, here's a fun fact. The foramen are often named after the nerves and arteries that run through them. So, if you had to guess, what would the name of the nerve that runs through the obturator foramen be? Obturator nerve. Yep. And there's also the obturator artery and vein. That's just a fun fact. You don't need to know that, but that's the reason the names get their holes, or the holes get their names. Same with the sciatic notch. We'll learn about that in a second. Oh, I didn't add that. Sciatic notch. Write that down. That's one more. Last one, I swear. Trochanter? Oh, good call. Just the greater. Only need to know the greater sciatic notch. I was wondering if anybody would catch that, because there is a lesser, but the sciatic nerve runs through the sciatic notch. Do I need to spell that out for anybody? You all got it? So since we're talking about it, sciatic notch, it's right here. Yeah, it's right here on the os coxa, and take a guess what runs through it. Sciatic nerve. Yep, the sciatic nerve, which is a huge nerve. I don't know, about the size of my pinky, that comes from your spine and then runs down the back of your leg. And it causes, in some pregnancies, it causes problems because it can get like squeezed in here, right in here, because it'll run. This is on the outside, so on the inside, it'll run kind of right through here, and it gets kind of squeezed and sometimes causes problems. Not problems, just like dull pain, I guess, if that helps. So it's a fun fact. Acetabulum. What three bones connect in the acetabulum? Converge. The ilium, ischium, and the pubis. Yep. So the acetabulum is the slot where the head of the femur goes into. So it's this. Very distinct. It's just knowing the name of it is the main key for figuring that out. Okay, before we move on to that, we will talk about the pubic symphysis. Okay, if you had to guess, what would the pubic symphysis be? The pubic bone, all right. And symphysis, do you know what synthesis means? Yeah, the pubic symphysis is where the two bones come together. It's right here. Another fun fact about pregnancies, just before birth, I guess, the cartilage in between the two dissolves, allowing for the bones to stretch wider. So, exciting. Pubic symphysis. So, if you're having trouble remembering, symphysis means to come together. So where the pubic bones come together, pubic bones right here, touching them. I think, oh no, there's no lines in this that, because if you look on a real oscoxa, you can see where the, like an actual bone, you can see where the three bones come together. It's kind of like the skull, where you can see the sutures come together. It looks somewhat like that, but this one does not have it. All right, femur. Guess what that is? Head of the femur. Easy enough. It's right here. Not too much to say about that. It's where, yeah, connects just like that. Let's use this one. Like that. About that, here's a fun fact about hip breaks is when old people fall, and say I fall and I broke my hip, I don't know. It's often where the head of the femur, they land like this. They land like that. And the head of the femur will punch through the bones here and kind of get a bunch of arteries and nerves in here. That's what the real problem of breaking a hip is. It's not the actual bone breaking itself, though it's painful and it hurts. It's all those bone shards that start pointing in towards the arteries and veins and all that sort of stuff. Take a guess. Neck of the femur. We won't have to know between surgical and anatomical, though it's the same idea. So anatomical neck would be right here. The surgical neck would be right there. So same thing. Greater trochanter. So this, I don't know if this is true, but it feels like it's true. It's the largest process, I would like to think, in the body. I'm covering it. It's right here. And that's where a bunch of muscles connect to that do this motion and do extension of the knee. I'm hiding. You can't see me. But do extension of the knee and, extension of the hip. Flexion of the hip. Yep. So a lot of muscles connect here. It's quite large. That's where it gets its name. Lesser trochanter. I do not have that, apparently. It's this right here on the back side. Easy enough. Same thing, muscles connect to it. Gluteal tuberosity and linea aspera. I couldn't find a great picture of that, so we'll just talk about it. So what was the deltoid tuberosity? It's, bump right here. Why does it, what deltoid attaches to it? So where does the gluteal tuberosity get its name? The glue attaches to it. So take a drink. I don't like this one. This one does it better. It's a rough patch. Instead of an actual point or something you can actually see on the humerus, it's a rough patch on the bone right here. So in a picture, it might be hard to see, but it's going to be on the top 1/3. Oh, did it? Yes, add gluteal tuberosity. And if we're adding too much and it's just too much to handle and you crash and burn, we'll figure something out. So I got to figure out where the happy medium of pushing yourself to learn and being too hard is. Gluteal tuberosity, it's, I don't know, it's right here. Top 1/3 of the bone. It's like if you divided this bone into thirds, it's going to be right on the top 1/3. Oh, goodness. And then linea aspera. So the linea aspera, it's hard to see, but it's easy to feel. It's this part right here, and it's a line that you laughing at me? It's the line where all the muscles, a bunch of muscles connect to. So it's a point of muscle connection. I'm going to hand out femur so you can feel it. It's on the back side of the femur. Hang on to that. It's right here. Hang on to that. And see if you can see the gluteal tuberosity too. Here, I'm going to pass it around. What? Maybe it's a male. Maybe it's a fully grown person. So what side of the bone is the linea aspera on? Posterior. Yeah, sorry, I didn't clarify because I don't have a picture of it. It's on the posterior side of the femur. So is the gluteal tuberosity. The gluteal tuberosity is just proximal to the linea aspera. So if you can figure that out. So if the linea aspera is distal to the gluteal tuberosity, where does it reside? If you know what I'm getting at. Yeah, right there. You can feel it too, can't you? It's rough. Flip it upside down. Or flip it the other way. Yep, it's right there. So you can feel the linea aspera right there. It's that line. And then the gluteal tuberosity will be just above it. Yeah. Pass it around when you're done, if you can. Oh, come on, Chris. I'm working so hard up here, trying to entertain you. Here, thank you. You can hang on to it. I mean, I trust you guys. All right, a couple more and then I'll let you study. Okay, cool. So these are the condyles. So, easy enough. Lateral condyle, medial condyle, lateral epicondyle, medial epicondyle. So if I were to point right here, put my finger on that, what am I touching? Who said lateral? It's medial. Sorry, I should have said who said medial. You're correct. This is the medial. So think of where the femur connects to the body on the head, right? So if you look at the head, and I'll tell you which side is medial, because it will sit just like this on a person. So what would this be? Lateral epicondyle. How about that? Lateral condyle, and then last one. Medial epicondyle. How do you tell which side of the what's medial and what's lateral? Oh, intercondylar fossa? No, don't add that. But it's this right here. It's the fossa in between the condyles. It's simple, but it's just one more thing that you'd have to know. I'm not worried about it. How do you tell lateral medial for the femur? The head. Yep. The head. Last one, patella. What's the patella also known as? Kneecap. Yep. Simple. Easy. Fun fact about the patella. The patella and the clavicle are the only two bones outside of the skull that do well, now I'm going to expose myself for not knowing anything. The ossification, working on it. Intermembranous ossification. So bones of the skull do intermembranous ossification, where there's two membranes and it ossifies in between them. So does the clavicle, and then so does the patella. But the rest do the long bone ossification, which is, I'm blanking on the ossifications, but that's all right. So you don't need to know that. It's just a fun fact about the patella. Another fun fact about the intercondylar fossa is where it's the proximal side of where the ACL and PCL connect to, the anterior cruciate ligament and the posterior cruciate ligament. And we'll talk more about that tomorrow. Does anybody have any questions for me? I'll let you work on stuff. I'll hand out hips and femurs. Good? Everybody get the added ones. I'll write down the last one, gluteal tuberosity. I don't know. Do you need them? Do you guys need them for something?
No.
Oh, okay. That's fine. One more time. Tomorrow we're going to do the lower leg. Then we're going to review on Wednesday. And then we're going to have our diagram quiz on Thursday. Greater sciatic notch, yes. All right. Goodbye.